Treasure King Kong music video. Let's see what we got. I've reacted to maybe one, maybe two Treasure songs, and holy crap. Wait, let's go back. Let's get that, of course, that beautiful crisp 4K. Nice little graphic, right? The text right there. Whoa. And like always, we're gonna pause for a second, go back and inspect the video. We're breaking down the editing, of course, in this video. That was a crazy introduction, bro. I mean, like, that was like it low-key reminds me of Harry Potter with the text flying in. You could do this in After Effects. It's possible. You make text basically, and then you can you use a specific kind of 3D render engine. There's like Cinema 4D. There's different ones that you can use. There's one built in After Effects, but for text like this, you have to use Cinema 4D. And then basically what you can do is you can extrude the text and make it like more have more depth. You can make the layer 3D, have more depth, and you can add cool things onto it, like little effects and like textures, and you get that chrome look. But sometimes you have to do it in 3D programs to get it to look like that. It really depends, but it is possible in After Effects. But then there's some VFX going on here, like the skull opening up. That is a sick ass transition. Really cool. Really cool. Pretty excited for this too. I've heard so much of Blackpink, and it's the same company, YG. I've heard one or two songs from Treasure, bro. Whoa. So they have this really awesome set. Now, I know YG does not use a lot of green screens, but in this scenario, I'm gonna say they're using like a big blue screen, a green screen. You never know with YG and VFX and everything nowadays. You have to kind of be creative and there's so many ways to do something. This is called silhouette lighting. It's very, very minimal, but basically silhouette lighting is kind of when you have a light in front of your subject. There's no light in the back, and then you can see them, their shadow in the back, or their figure, not even just shadow. I'm trying to think how they did this set. This is a sick ass set. I think okay. Another way they could have done this is, okay, so this is probably all real. Like, this is all real, but then what they could do is, I've seen this in a movie before. I'm trying to, oh shit. Okay, so basically they have big screens in the back, like giant, enormous screens in the back. And then they just emulate like a whole scene with the screens. Basically, they can have lights on the top, lights on the side, really depends. And then they have things like fog machines, and you just really want to like trick your audience and make them think like this is real and that they're actually in a scene like this. It's a lot of work. I mean, you got to think of it like that, but I think that's how they did this. It might not even be a green screen, bro. It might just be like a giant TV, or I don't know what you call it. Cool outfits too. The blue with the red, good contrast, good color contrast. I love that. I like the bass in the back, the bass in the background. So yeah, that's probably a big screen. Then they have like lights flashing right at the right time. So they could have like a light flashing. It could just be the screen. And then sometimes what they'll do on top of that is have like a light in the front to emulate the flashing even more, like make it seem real. Because yes, you could do it in editing. You can do lightning effects and things like that. But it's just best to have it in the set, because if you do, it makes your life so much easier. And I mean, you know, if you can make things easier, just do it. Just do it. Just do it. I'm gonna be sleeping tonight, and I'm just gonna see that. That is the creepiest thing oh my god. Interesting. I've never seen anyone do. So they just had two shots, and then they just cut to them with their heads further in time. Cool. Interesting. I want to see a big King Kong in this video. Oh, I like that part. That part's really good. The vocals. Oh, yeah. What was that? Why did that look so good? They just zoomed out with a lot of motion blur, but it looked so clean. I don't know why that looks so clean. They just zoom out, motion blur, cut, and then they continue the motion just ever so slightly. That's why it looks so good. So really quickly before we continue, we have to get a little context to this video. So the video is called King Kong, and as all of you know, King Kong is like a giant ape, a giant gorilla. He's a fictional character, and I do know a long time ago, the first movie for King Kong was in 1933. So I'm curious to see how King Kong is gonna tie into Treasure. I'm guessing we're gonna see like a lot of high shot, you know, up high shots, buildings, and I guess King Kong's like known for being like a strong, dominant character. So let's see how they related. Nice speed ramps too. Ooh! See, up high shot. There we go. Up. That's a yeah. My man just fell off the building. Oh my god. Okay, I'm sorry. Let's stop. You know how I do this. Yo, that is genius. How do people think of things like this? I think what they did, they had the shutter speed really low on the camera. So when you have a low shutter, we talked about this before so many times, you just basically get more motion blur. You're exposing those individual frames for a longer time. So what happens when you do that is you get this motion blur. So then what they did was he stood completely still. He could not move at all, because if he did, then it would ruin the shot. And then what they could have done is they just had people move, and then they paused, like they froze the frame at certain parts of the video. So freeze frame, and they could have added some more motion blur and stuff on top of it too, and you know, finessed it just a tiny bit. So I think that's what they did, and that is sick. That is such a sick concept. Also, there is a little fly. I'm trying to, it's so annoying. Okay, let's keep going. I'm talking too much. I'm sorry. Let's keep going. My man's ripped too. Ooh, nice choreo. King Kong. Ooh, all right. I'm doing it. We're doing it. There we go. Superpower, strong, dominant. There we go. Damn, bro. The VFX on this are nasty. So he jumps down. They like zoom in. They like kind of add like a glow to him. And then they shake the footage like crazy with a shake effect. They add a lot of motion blur. And then they kind of add these VFX. I don't think that's edited. I really don't think it is. They added VFX of like rocks breaking and just tons. I mean, you could, I guess, like get assets of rocks and stuff, and you could throw it on, but blending modes and stuff like that. But it's that's like more VFX and shit. You know what I mean? Nice shots. Oh. This is a good song. Okay, this one's slapping. Listen. There's just been so Supernova, Maestro, Armageddon, like New Jeans. Is it Bubblegum? I think it is. Just there's too many things. There's so many good songs. There's just like some banger after banger after. And then we're getting a new Stray Kid thing next month, I think. Next month, we're getting a new Stray Kid. We're getting, I think Everglow came out with something. So we're getting, there's just so many good things coming out. How long has Treasure been a thing? Like, I don't know much about them. Please leave some comments down below. I know all of you, I always get my information from every single one of you in the comments. So please let me know like what you know about them, the names, how long they've been a group for. I think they've been around for quite some time, if I'm correct, but let's keep going. Good lighting too, seriously. That lighting is beautiful. Oh my god, the baseball bat with the transition, the whip pan. Dude, I always gotta say that, like, I need to get a sponsor from like an outfit company for K-pop clothing so I can get better clothing. Like, I'm wearing, this is a basic ass shirt, and then look, they got this crazy drip going. Look at the hair and that's a nice jacket. Oh my god. You see, poor people like me, I can't afford a jacket like that. That's crazy. That's crazy. So I think this is literally just a broken mirror. I think that's all that is. I don't even think it's an overlay. I think it's literally in the set a broken mirror, or it could be an overlay they're putting on top of the clip and they track it kind of. But it looks so real. It's probably just a broken mirror. Nice set too. That is sick. Good shots, good shots. That was so good. That was fun. Way. So what they typically do, they could put it on the clip, the effect, like the glitch effect, or they could put it on an adjustment layer. And with editing, adjustment layers are typically, it's like a non-destructive way of editing where you're putting it on like a piece of, like a little clip above the footage, and then it affects everything underneath of the adjustment layer. So it's kind of like a non-destructive way of editing, and that's typically what they'll do in the industry. You just don't want to break things or mess around with things. You want to be able to go back, fix things, because if in post they're like, you got to fix this, bro, this is crap, this is disgusting, this is bad, just fix it all. I mean, even if you put it on the clip, it's really easy to fix too. So there's just so many, again, back to what I say, like there's so many different ways to do things. And it kind of makes me think too, you know, when your math teacher or someone would be like pissed off because you did a problem like a different way, that I always hated that, because it's like you can do a math problem sometimes many different ways, but then the teacher is like, I know what's right because I'm older and I'm cooler than you. But then in reality, you're like, no, you're really not. So let's keep going. Holy crap. So he reaches out, they have an overlay, they kind of invert it or add some kind of effect to it. It's like a chrome invert, some effect. Dude, that is so good. These motherfuckers, they have to rotor brush the hand. So the hand, they put it on top of the glitching right there. I think that's what they did. And then they're just adding all these inverts and like flashing it. And then they make the hand pop out of the screen. Pop off, my guy. With the RGB effects too. Sick. That reminds me of Stray Kids with the S-Class, the outfit. Dude, can my mic stand like chill for a second? Beautiful vocals. I like that. I like his voice. His voice is the best one, in my opinion. Yeah, I like his voice a lot. He's got really good. He's got this good this tone. It reminds me of someone, I can't think of the name. I like his tone though. He's got like a mid tone, like a deep, like in that high tone. I like that a lot. What the? That was sick. It's like a dance rave in here. Oh my god, they did the same thing as aespa. That was the supernova thing where they spun it around with the low shutter. All they did was take the camera and then oh wait. Is it a cut? Oh, that is a great cut, my guy. Holy crap. So they take the camera, they pan it, and then they cut right there. Or it's the same scene, they just removed them. They did the same shot twice. So I think that's what they could have done. They could use the robotic camera, just moved it 2 times, then they're there once, the other time they're not. And then they just cut it. That's one way they could do it. Another way is it is 2 different locations. Basically, they just do the same thing, just cut it with the same motion with the camera, and then it looks phenomenal. I mean, it's crazy, dude. That's such a good shot. God damn. And then right here, they did this in Supernova. So they kind of have like a really, really low shutter. He probably didn't move his head, or they could have had him like spinning around like on top of like a machine. They spin the machine around with the camera attached to the machine, and then it like with a really low shutter, so he doesn't get affected by the blur, and he's like standing kind of still, but then his hands are moving really, really fast. They could speed it up, slow it down, do different kind of things with it. So they did this in Supernova. If you look at it, see, they did the same effect, and that is a sick effect. Really, really cool. Ooh, that's high notes. King Kong! King Kong! That was good, dude. That was great. I liked it. I think I liked the first Treasure song I heard more, but this one was still really, oh my God, the editing in this one was phenomenal though. I don't know. I'm gonna have to sit on it. I'm gonna have to think. I'm gonna have to watch it a few times and decide which one I like more. But I mean, that was a great song. That was really, really well made. Honestly, I'm gonna say it's like a 9 out of 10 for me. The first Treasure song I heard was a 10. I haven't heard it in a long time though. I'm gonna have to listen to it. Wasn't it? It was Bana Bana. Yeah, that was the one I really, really liked. So I have to get into Treasure more. I have to get into a Tease, TXT, Treasure. I am gonna be doing more non-K-pop fan videos, so be on the lookout for those. You know, I'm running out of content, so if you all have any ideas, let me know down below. I'm gonna be catching up on comments, everything. I'm very sorry for slacking. I've just been so busy, but I got a lot of really cool content coming out for all of you. More non-K-pop fan videos, more dance reactions, Patreon, just everything. So like always, thank you all for watching. See you in the next one. Love you all.